Welcome back to 160th playthrough of Antietam using the Glory system. We're up to turn 7. This is the 10:15 turn, and the situation for the Union has really degraded quite a bit. Um, got a little bit of a situation here. The whole Second Corps really was repulsed from their assault here, trying to get up onto the heights just above the middle bridge. At the same time, we have 12th Corps still recovering, and the 1st Corps still recovering from actions earlier. So this turn, I think, is going to be mainly focused with the Union trying to recover their losses and try to take back some of the ground that was lost, particularly over here on the Union right-hand side, as well as trying to recover some of the units over here on the left-hand side. For the Confederates, they had a good turn, basically. They had repulsed Sumner's attack over here with minimal losses to Anderson and Hill's units. They were able to make good strides recovering Jackson's troop, particularly Lawton and Jones over here, to make inroads while holding the center with D.R. Jones and Hood and Hill in the middle, without committing their reserves for McLaws. So moving along here, we're going to get going. So with this turn, from the administrative side of things here, there's no more AMs for the Union. We're staying at 3. The Union did win the initiative, so we're actually going to start with Hooker to lead off the battle. Okay, so here we have the Union. We're going to start off here, I think, with Doubleday, because we've got Doubleday, Meade, and Ricketts for Hooker. We're going to have Doubleday started off here. Now, most of his units, he's lost one unit entirely from the game. Everything else is disordered, so we're going to have to recover them somehow. But for now, they can't recover because they're right next to Union infantry. So we've got to rearrange this. Also, their guns are in kind of a little bit of a desperate position here, being right in front of 2 Confederate units leading out the counterattack here. So they've got to try to do something. But I think I've got something planned for that. So we're going to start off with the artillery. I think the Doubleday's artillery is going to stay where they are. A little bit of a desperate situation, but they're going to fire right ahead. One of them is going to fire at here. One of them is going to fire over here. So the top one will take first. We'll fire at Stark. It's a 3 on the strength. He range is 1, so it's going to be +2. So it's going to be +5 on the dice. The train is open, so there's nothing in there. So he needs a 9 with a +5 on the dice. Rolls a 1. That's a miss. That's not good for Doubleday there. Now the second set of guns is going to fire over here. Same thing. They only have a 9 with a +5 on the dice. He also rolls a 1. So nothing happens with the artillery. Point blank fire and nothing happens. So they're in good shape. So now it becomes desperate, where Doubleday is going to have to rely upon Meade to hopefully counterattack. But first we're going to have Gibbon move 1, 2, 3, 4 to come back here to recover. Now he's going to be a no rally because he moved. And the same thing with Phelps, 1, 2, and actually he's going to stop in here like so. And then Doubleday will come back here as well. And they will also be a no rally on here too. And then the other one over here, I think he's going to have to stay in position, although he is disordered, just to hold out for the guns. And hopefully this will allow Meade in the next action to come up here and potentially try to attack Stark here a little bit. And hold out that corner and get the guns back in good shape. So with that, that's all for Doubleday. So let's move on to Meade. Meade also has his artillery firing at Walker. Those are medium guns with a +3 for strength and +2 for range. So it's going to be a 9 with a +5. 3 + 5 is 8. Doesn't get it. Union artillery is not making it today. So they fired. So now with Meade, what we're going to do is have, we've got Meade here. He's going to recover. He is going to actually come over and go 1, 2, 3 to there. He is going to go 1 and then into there for 2, 3. And now they're going to attack or charge Stark. So Stark does have a chance to shoot at him on defensive fire. He'll need a 7 or higher. With a, let's see, they're in woods, so it's going to be -1 on the dice. And I believe that's it. So he needs a 7 with a -1 on the dice. Rolls a 7, goes down to 6. The defensive fire fails. So the attack continues. So it's going to be 8 against 3. That's going to be a slightly higher than a 2 to 1. It is open ground, so that will get the advantage to go to 3 to 1. Cohesion is -1 to the Union, so it's going to be a plus, makes it a +2, and that'll do it. So he needs a 5 with a +2 on the dice. 6 + 2 is 8, so that pushes them back. They'll have to retire, and they have to do a cohesion check. Rolling a 6, they succeed, so they're okay. So now that helps a little bit with that attack pushing back Stark, because now Stark will have to reply to that one. Now the last thing here for Meade is to try to recover Anderson. He is a 5, needs a 5 or less. Rolls a 4, so Anderson is back in good order. And then we move on to Ricketts. Ricketts over here, he's going to try to support this, try to help out as well. So his situation, we have his artillery first. So artillery is going to try to fire, over here at Law. Range of 3, so it's +0. He's +2 on strength. So it'll be 9 with +2 on the dice. A +2 is 10. That forces a cohesion check. The artillery rolls a 7. They're okay. Law A, he's also a 7. Rolls a 2 and he's okay. The reserve will counter battery back here, so he's a short 1, 2, 3. He should be, yes, he's in range, so it's +0, so it's +3. Into woods, there's just no effect. So it's a 9 with +3 on the dice. Rolls a 3, so he's a miss. Okay, so they're fired and they're fired. Okay, now for movement. So with Ricketts, he really needs to support this attack, pushing back Stewart over here, I think. So I think this unit's going to go 1 to there, and then into here 2, 3, potentially attack him in the orchard. Ricketts himself will move up here a little bit. but he's going to try to move over some other units. So they're going to go 1, and then 2 into there, yeah, and then 3, 4 into here. Actually, he could use strategic movement and go 2 more, couldn't he? Yeah, he's going to do that. He's going to go 5, 6, and he'll wind up underneath him. And we're also going to get Duryea pulling back. Yeah, so he'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, like that. And then Christian he'll stay there. He's got to stay there to hold the line. And then Ricketts should be, he's going to have to reposition with him. He'll be out of contact the next turn, but unfortunately he's going to have to. So that comes off. And that's pretty much the end of Hooker's activation. He stabilized the line a little bit, but still it's anyone's game over there on the Union right, Confederate left. Next one we have here is Stuart. Oh, sorry, hold on. What am I doing? I forgot they were going to do a potential attack over here. So Hearts off B attacking here. So they can't fire back. So they can retreat if they wanted to. Be 3 to 3. They'll get a +1 on the dice. Yeah, he's actually going to pull back. So he'll go 1, 2 to there, and then he will advance into there like so. Okay, sorry about that. Now it's Stuart's turn. So with Stuart, so he's trying to cover with an arc around the Union left here a little bit. Just got pushed back as we just saw. Does have units to potentially charge here, but let's do the artillery first. So we've got, first off, we've got Pelham over here, which I think he'll try to go after him. So he's 1, 2, within range. So it's going to be +1 for strength, 0 for the 0 for the range, and nothing for the woods. So it's going to be a +1. He needs a 9 with a +1 on the dice. Rolls a 5. That's a miss. And then we've got Jones, who's still under command of Stuart. He's a 2. Ooh, he could shoot over here. That'd be +2. He could shoot over here. Yeah, because he's up above that. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's in range with a +2 on the dice. 9 with a +2 on the dice. 6 + 2 is 8. That is a miss. So that's all of Stuart's artillery. So I think they will stay there, just kind of pulling units away. They're in good shape there. They're in good shape there. So I think with Stuart, he's just going to sit tight, being this threat over here that will pull units away from the main attack against Jackson. So our next one is Hayes's artillery. So with Hayes, what we're going to do here is we've got this artillery, and him back here who can't move. So this artillery, trying to provide some support. Let's see, hopefully they go, ooh, that's a pretty juicy target there. Now let me just see if they're in line of sight. Okay, so they'll miss them there. So they can hit them without any effects. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Range of 6, so they're in range. Strength of 4, range of 0. They're down 1 level, so it's not plunging fire. So it's +4 on the dice. So it's going to be a 9 with a +4 on the dice. Rolls a 3, doesn't get it. So that's 7, that's a miss. Now with this unit, he's at long. He should be able to do that. Yeah, +0. All right, so it's going to be +3, +0, uphill -1, so it's a 9 with a +2 on the dice. 5. That is a miss. So that is all of Hayes's artillery. Not much effect there. Okay, so let's see who's next. It's going to be Jackson. Okay, Jackson's troops are up to the top there. So we've got Jackson up through here, here, and here. Okay, we're going to start out with the reserve artillery here, and let's just zoom in on them to show you what we've got here. So the reserve artillery, there's several batteries here, here, and here. I'm going to try to zoom in with the other camera to give some good shots of what we've got. So again, it's here, and here, as well as here, and then there's one over here as well. So I got everything on camera. Good. So we are starting over here. We're going to have reserve artillery here firing up here at Meade's guns. So it will be uphill, range of 2, so they're in range. So it's 3 uphill -1, so it makes it +2. So it'd be 3 with a +2 on the dice. Rolls a 6 +2 is 8. Meade's artillery will not return fire in anticipation of attack over here. We do have this battery over here. It's going to fire straight down the line. 1, 2, 3, range of 3. In range was +0, +2. Open ground, so it's 9 with +2 on the dice. Rolls a 0. That is a miss as well. Okay. Next, we'll take this guy up here. He can't see him over here. He can see them. He can fire. He's going to fire at Anderson over here. 1, 2, 3 in the cornfield. So it's going to be +3. Range of 3 is 0. +3, 9 with +3 on the dice. And they roll a 2. Everybody, all the artillery is rolling low. So that's a miss. This artillery back here still really can't do much. He's pretty much reserved for a moment, so it'll stay that way. And the last one over here is just going to recover. He's, oh, we can't. He's got to retire, I think, so he can recover. So he's going to go back one to there, and then into here, which will be 4. All right. So that gets all the reserve artillery. So let's take our counters back off again. And then I think we're going to go with Jones over here to the left. Confederate left, that is. There we go. To try to advance and try to push back Hooker here a little bit. So with Jones's artillery, arrange this a little bit. He's going to fire down the line. He's short range, +1. Strength, so it's 9 with a +1 on the dice. The 7 +1 is 8. Does not get him. We've got Jones back here. He's out of range. He's going to have to move up, I think. So moving and attacking. So Stark was pushed back over here. He's still in good order. But the tough situation here is mustering enough to get him. He's going to move up over here for 2. He needs to recover. Grigsby can come up 2 forward to there. Well, they'll try it here. I think they've got to try it. So they will fire at them defensively. So they'll need a 7 or higher in the woods. So it'll be +1 or -1. Excuse me. So 7 or higher. With a -1, they roll a 7 down to 6. They're okay. So the attack continues. 7 against 5, slightly over 1 to 1. It's in the open, so that makes it 2 to 1, or 3 to 2. So it's +1 on the dice. +1 cohesion differential is +2, but it is an uphill attack, so it's going to be a +1 for the Confederates. So 5 of the +1. On 8 +1 is 9. They'll retreat and have to take a cohesion test. So they need a 6 or less. They roll a 9, so they fail. So the attack was successful and pushes them back and gains some ground that way. All right, we've got 1 recovery over here. They're a 5. 5 or less. Roll a 2, so they're in good shape. Okay, and that's all for Jones. Moving on to Lawton over here. His artillery doesn't have any shot right now against them up there. Now, the trick is, do they want to go against the artillery? Because the artillery has canister at that range, and it really is tough to get them. But that would threaten Doubleday and really collapse the Union right flank if they launch an attack. But it's going to be uphill as well. So even if they succeeded, that's going to be 11 against 4. Yeah, 4. So it's a 2 to 1. They're not going to get the terrain benefits. So it's +2. +2 for cohesion. Yeah. So it's +4, +3. So there's a good chance they can push them back. But they've got to brave the attack. Now if the attack fails over here, that's going to be 4. Yeah, just be 4 on 4, 1 to 1, +2, +1. So it would be 5 with a +1. Still, just to push them off that little knoll up there. Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. So they're going to move up. Excuse me, they're going to move up. Hayes and Douglas is going to come in and join them. We're all going to attack on there. So Meade is, the units here are going to fire back. Now, defensively, we've got 2 choices. They can fire 1 hex or they can fire both. I think they're going to fire the 1 larger or 2-stack hex. This one here. So they need 8 or higher. They are disordered, so that's going to be a -1. Artillery is using defensive fire, firing only 1 target, so that's +2. And non-disordered artillery stacked with infantry, or 2 non-disordered artilleries using defensive fire. So there's another +4. So it's going to be a +2, +4, -1, +3, plus the terrain, which is a +1. So it's a +4 on the dice. Now they need an 8 or higher. So we'll say, roll a 0. It failed. The artillery is just not working today. And so the attack succeeds. So it's going to be 11 against 4. That's going to be a 2 to 1, which is +2. Doesn't get the terrain because he's in cornfield. Cohesion is going to be +2, so it's +4, but it's going to be uphill, -1. So it's going to be a 5 with a +3. Roll a 6 and 3 is 9, so they retreat with a cohesion test. So they have to retreat. cohesion test for the artillery is a 7. They're okay. Cohesion test for the unit is a 5. And they roll a 5. So they're okay. They just move back. Now they'll move up, I think, like that. So they've pushed them off the knoll there, and now is really threatening Doubleday's guns, which I think are going to have to retreat and putting in peril for the Union right flank over there. So last thing for Lawton over here is he's got early to recover. He's a 6 or less, rolls a 2, he's okay. Alright, so that was Jackson's hacks were beneficial. Now the next one is over here with Hill, DH Hill. Let's actually flip it around here. There we go. So with Hill, he has these units here. He can't recover, he can't recover. They could potentially attack them. Artillery, let's start with that over here. He'll fire down here, Crawford. There's going to be a 1 strength. Range of 2 is 0. Downhill, +1, so it's going to be a 9 with a +2 on the dice. Rolls a 2 + 2 is 4. So that's a miss. So now, Rose up here, he's holding. I'd like to get them into attack, but not against them. They're in good position. So I think we're just going to try. He will cover for him, and he'll attack Walker here. So that will be 7. Okay, so Walker needs to roll a 7 or higher. +1 for terrain. That's it. So he needs a 7 with a +1 on the dice. 4. The attack succeeds. So they're going to be 7 against 4. 7 against 5, excuse me. So it's going to be less than a 3 to 2, but it's open ground, so it's going to be 3 to 2. So +1 on the dice. The cohesion differential is +2, so it's going to be +3. And that's it. So 5 with a +3 on the dice. Rolls a 9, so that's a retreat and cohesion check. So he's got a retreat there. And his cohesion is a 4, 4 or less. Rolls a 3, so he's okay. So now somebody's got to advance. I think he will advance like so. And that will be all for Hill's turn. So that was productive for Jackson in terms of pushing back Hooker on the left. Okay, so the next one is Hayes. Hayes is artillery. Okay, so he is going to try to fire again. He's going to be over here, so it's going to be... So we've got the same Hayes attacks over here as well. So this artillery, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Try to hit Posey, drive him off, drive him away. Range is 6. He's +4 on the strength, 0 for range. It's not plunging fire, so it's 9 with +4 on the dice. 9 is 13, and that is an automatic disorder. So they knock them out completely. They go in the withdrawn box over there. Okay, so they did their job. Now the second battery over here, and firing at them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Range of 7. In range, so it's 0 on that. +3 for strength. Uphill -1, so it's 9 with a +2 on the dice. Rolls a 1, so that's a miss. They won't counter battery, they're too far away. Okay. So that is all for Hayes' guns. So we're going to do one more for this video. We're up to 5 chits. Next one's going to be Stuart's cavalry again. So this is Stuart's second. All right, so artillery again. Gonna try to drive back them. +1 on the dice is it. So 9 with a +1. Rolls a 2. That's not going to do anything. So artillery is going to do the same thing. They're going to just keep pounding on Seymour over there. Seymour B. So it's going to be a +2 on the dice. 9 with +2 is a miss. And then, again, just holding, I think, and let the infantry do their job to kind of hammer them back. So that's all for Stuart. So that's all for the video right now. So Hooker has tried to recover, but Jackson's units are really tough. Pushing back here quite a bit on the Union. I'm not sure how this flank is going to hold up here, but we'll see with the second half of the turn. And also see if we can't get some more Union going over here. Still got quite a bit left to go with Longstreet hasn't come out yet, and the other Unions haven't come out yet. So we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.